So the theme there is doing things a little bit differently, which brings me, I think, naturally to Cody, who founded OpenX Education, a kind of more disruptive approach, shall we say, compared to traditional approaches. So how would you say modern educational platforms fulfill the needs of somebody who wants to enter, the space sector and make their career in it?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think that fundamentally education systems provide a good foundation, right? It gives us what we need, the skill sets. There's still some to be desired with guidance. We need a little bit of more direction to know where we're going. But I think one thing that's overlooked a lot is knowing the exact software skill sets that are used in industry, in the manufacturing and the engineering of components, and being able to utilize those properly. So if you guys could all play a game with me for a moment. Who here has a phone that is 10 or more years old? If you guys could raise your hand. Okay. Three people total. So who has a phone that was made more recent than that? That's almost everybody. So phones are a phenomenal example of how fast technology develops in the life cycle of it, right? It's almost an exponential curve, the development of technology. And while education systems do a phenomenal job globally at giving us the foundation that we need, I believe as technology continues to develop exponentially, somebody who joins a program that's going to last between 1 and 4 years may miss a software update, a mechanical update, something that changes in the world of technology as companies continue to grab the latest thing and utilize it. What I'd like to see is more of a bridge between traditional academia and what we use in industry. The key lesson for any university students, anybody who's interested in getting into a career, would be once you have the direction, where you want to go, what you're really interested in, try to look on their website. Look at the skills that they need for that position. You're going to see some that maybe don't match your curriculum, and that's okay. Start to learn online. The internet is a phenomenal resource for learning these skill sets. It's completely open, right? And even having a fundamental understanding of these key technology skill sets, from anything from YouTube videos to articles, will give you an edge in the interviewing process. Companies are looking for anybody around the world that knows these key skill sets they need to deploy their technologies, to work with them, and any opportunity we can get, irrespective of if it's online, if it's at university, if it's a friend showing you, or anything else. If you work at a company and you go to a different department and somebody's giving you a run through of what they do, any of these, it's all fundamental knowledge transfer. So I like the idea of the online courses for everybody, because that gives people an opportunity to work at their own pace, work from home. It's low cost, it's consolidated, but I think that it's as good as any other opportunity to learn a skill, as long as that person that's learning it is that type of learner. So I like, there's a paper from Neil Fleming. It's in 1995, a sociologist. It says that each of us, all of us in this room right now, we have 4 primary modals of learning, right? We have visual, auditory, reading, and kinesthetic. You would really benefit from learning how you learn, right? So somebody who can learn by reading books all day isn't the same as somebody who learns by being hands-on. I would really encourage everybody in the room to really think about, when you're learning something new, when you're engaging in something you're interested in, how do you learn it? And how do you learn it best? Are you the type of person that wants to get hands-on and move around with it and be mechanical? Or are you somebody who reads the book and the manual and goes through that? Or do you prefer audio and visual where you're getting a lecture? Find that and then take advantage of the many resources that are out there, the thousands of different opportunities, including the online platforms, including the workshops and everything else.
Cody, do you have any advice for how members of the audience might be able to decide which of the opportunities on offer would suit them best? Are there any ways of reflecting on this to know yourself better?
Yeah, I think really, when you go about your day, when you're just thinking about any given thing, right? The different thoughts that led you into even going to this event today, the things that interest you or pique your attention and grab you in, those you could call even like your calling, and you really should focus on those. And don't be too afraid that if you pursue one of those paths as a career or going into university as it or anything, that it's going to be too late and you have to pivot. People usually regret more of what they didn't do rather than what they actually did. So really focus on what do you want to do. Look at which of these organizations is doing that already, and then select them. Looking at the questions, not the ones that are up right now, but before, it's a lot of thinking, I believe, maybe subconsciously, what do they want from me? But I'd really encourage everybody here to think, what do I want from them? Them being industry, them being anywhere. What do I want out of my life, and which of all of these different options fits that best?